In this video, we're going to be learning to understand what exactly is genre and key moments. Now, to put this quite simply, genre is basically the category that the play comes under. Now, there are a range of different genres to look at, such as comedy, tragedy, tragicomedy, melodrama, and satire. Now, that is only a small amount of genres that are actually available. There are more than that, but I'm not going to go into them today. Now let's look at a genre question. Now, this question here asks you to identify the genre of your drama, and that is for 1 mark. Now, it's really important here that you understand what the genre of your drama actually is before you can answer this question. So let's look at the start of this question. It clearly says, identify the genre of your drama, and that is for 1 mark. Now, because it's for 1 mark, all we actually have to do is write down the appropriate genre. Now, as I said earlier, you have to have an understanding of what exactly genre is before you can put this down. But for the purposes of this, we're going to put down tragedy. Now that there would simply give you your 1st mark. So we've now selected our genre as being tragedy. Now let's look at understanding exactly what a key moment is before we can go on and answer the next part of the question. Again, to put it simply, a key moment is basically an important moment within the play. Now, every moment within your play should be important. Now, as I said earlier, key moments can pretty much be anything, but usually they might be things like plot twists, plot reveals, climax, turning points, moments of dramatic tension, dramatic irony, foreshadowing. These kind of things tend to be key moments because they are significant to the plot of the drama. Now let's look at the second part of this question. It says here, describe a key moment in your drama that highlights this genre. Now this is worth 2 marks. Let's look at this in more detail. The second part of this, which is key moment, says describe a key moment in your drama that highlights the genre. Now we're looking for 2 marks. Now again, in order for us to use these 2 marks and to get these 2 marks, I would use point, explain, and justify. What you're going to do is you're going to make a point about the key moment. You're going to explain how you're going to explain this moment, and you're going to justify how this is linking to genre. So really what you're trying to do is your point and explain you would probably end up getting roughly 1 mark for, and your justification you would get 2 marks for. Your justification, your explanation, you're just explaining and justifying what is tragic about this key moment and how it is communicating over to the audience. Okay, so let's use Romeo and Juliet here as an example. We all know that Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy. So let's try and write an example answer. Tragedy is shown when Romeo kills himself. After finding out that Juliet has died, Romeo is overcome with emotion. Romeo drinks the poison and kisses Juliet goodbye before he dies. This is an extremely tragic, climactic moment within the play as the audience are saddened to see Romeo die. It is also made even more tragic as the audience know that Juliet is in fact not dead. Now, when we look at an answer like this, we are clearly identifying tragedy. We're explaining and describing in detail what's going on with tragedy and how this key moment is tragic, and we're talking about the audience's reaction to this. Now, when answering, it's a good idea to use point, explain, and justify in order to make your point, explain your point, and justify linking back to the question in the first place. So now that you know what genre is and you've got an understanding of key moments, why don't you try the same question using a drama that you've created before or that you've been part of?